Anyway, you get the idea. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tara East. I'm a writer, blogger, YouTuber, and the author of the mystery novel Every Time He Dies. And in this week's video, I want to talk about how important it is that you as a writer develop an arsenal of tools and strategies. Writers love to talk about their creative routines because it's comforting to give shape and reason to what is often quite a mysterious and always shifting process. We need slews of tools and strategies to support us because our lives and schedules are constantly changing. And for most of us, writing is a passion that fills the fringes of our time. For very few of us, it's a full-time job. I once read a productivity article that said when things get busy, the first activity that most people drop is exercise. For myself, that activity is writing. Or I should say here to clarify that the type of writing I usually drop is creative fiction writing, particularly if it's on a personal project that nobody is waiting for. The deadline is entirely my own, nobody is expecting this book, nobody wants this book, that kind of writing. There are two things that I know to be true. Resisting writing is harder than actually writing, and it is very easy not to write. Now, these 2 points may seem kind of contradictory, but it's not that simple. Resisting writing refers to when a writer is having a troubled relationship with their craft. This can look like procrastination, perfectionism, imposter syndrome, or that good old mean inner critic voice. Writing can make us feel anxious, restless, like we're not good enough, or like we're totally clueless. Where is this story even going? It is easy not to write when there is a mountain of urgent and important tasks that need to be completed. Why is that? Why is it so easy to give up writing when these other things are happening? Because it basically plays into the idea that writing is a waste of time and that writing is optional. Now, of course, yes, there are times when it is correct for writing to go on the back burner and for other aspects of your life to become a priority. Maybe you're moving house, changing jobs, you just had a baby, you're grieving a loss, or you're dealing with a health issue. And then there are times when unintentionally writing slips away. And this is what I really want to talk about. You're not necessarily dealing with any of those big life changes. You just got caught up in the hamster wheel of life. Maybe work is busy and your social life is full. So in those cases, how do you make time for writing amongst everything else? For me, personally, I'm a habit tracker. The best thing about this ridiculously simple strategy is that I can see at a glance where I spend my time. Now, just quickly, if you're not sure what I mean by habit tracking, literally in my day planner, there's a grid box. I write down the activities I want to make time for that week, and then I do a little square against the days when I do said activity. So on each day when I do whatever activity it is, I color in that box. And then by the end of the week, I can see where most of my time has been spent and what activities got little to no time. Now the thing is, 1 week without writing, that's not really a huge deal. But when a month has passed, that's when I know that I need to start making some changes. This is when I need to lean on all of the tools and strategies that I've gathered through all of the writing advice that I've read. And I've read a lot of writing advice, and I'm sure you have too. If your workday is spent in front of a computer, you probably don't really want to come home at night and then spend another 2 hours working on your novel. Yes, you can use pen and paper, but I'm sure that option already occurred to you. But another thing you can consider is maybe getting your writing done before you go to work, or doing it during your lunch break. If that doesn't work, you could always consider a dictation. You could do this while you're walking the dog in the morning or while completing other domestic errands. Are these solutions ideal? No, but we're trying to come up with some best case scenarios here. Maybe you just need to accept that writing is not something you can do during the week. And instead, you then need to carve out time on your weekends to get that writing done. Then, during the week, if you want to, you could do some of those other tasks that are related to writing, but not necessarily writing. So those things could be reading nonfiction books that are relevant to the topics or themes in your book, or you could read books that are in the same genre as your book. You could read articles by professionals and experts, again, if it is relevant to the content of your book. You could also spend some time sketching out scenes that you then plan on writing during the weekend. You can build character profiles, edit a printed chapter of your book. Oh, my puppy just came into the room. Hey, puppy. Hey. You want to say hello? Oh, look how beautiful you are. Anyway, you get the idea. Are these solutions ideal? No. Am I asking you to do more in your week? Yes? Sorry, that's the puppy shaking. But what I'm trying to offer here are some workarounds. If you really want to make time for writing, then that may mean writing in unideal conditions. If you get home from work feeling burnt out and like you have nothing else to give, maybe you need to reach for a micro win. So that could be something like writing 2 crappy sentences, spending 5 minutes researching your topic online. You could watch some infotainment videos on YouTube that are relevant to your book. I know for myself right now, I've been lightly doing some research on various revolutions that have happened throughout history, because some of those same ideas and occurrences could be relevant to the novel I'm starting to sketch out. You could also consider doing an outline for a scene that you're going to write tomorrow, or you could just sit on the couch and think about your book. You have a little brainstorm session. Or my personal favorite, turn your daily walk into a thinking session. So instead of listening to a podcast, to music, or an audiobook, spend that time daydreaming about your story. It is so easy not to write, but it is important that we find ways to engage with our work on a regular basis, even if it is only in a small way. If you're a writer, then you have to write. That doesn't mean you need to pump out 2,000 words every day, but it does mean that in order to feel happy, to feel as though you are making progress, and to feel connected to that aspect of your personality, you need to look for opportunities to engage with your creativity and imagination, even if it isn't always convenient. For most of us, finding the time to write will be a never-ending struggle, and this is something that I have realized again and again, is that I will constantly be coming back to the same problem. I'll commit, I will make time for writing, life will get busy, and it will fall by the wayside, and then I need to recommit again. Creating and then protecting your writing time will take effort and a willingness to expend energy that you don't always have. But this is the thing I've noticed. When I spend that little bit of time writing, it sometimes, often gives me a small boost of energy and a hit of dopamine and the thrill of a big old tick on my habit tracker. You do not have to write every day to finish a book, but you do have to write some days, and you'll be a much happier creator if you do. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Is this an issue that you feel like you get a handle on it? You are committed, you're making time for writing, and then life gets busy, you fall off the wagon, and yet again, you are asking that same tired question, how do I make time for writing? Is this something that frequently occurs to you? I'd love to know, so please leave a comment below. And if you have any strategies or tricks that you use to get yourself writing again, please let me know. Now, if you'd like even more writing advice, you can head to taraeast.com and dive into the archives. And of course, you can always check out the other videos on this channel. If you do visit the website, I would love it if you would consider joining my newsletter. I've also put a link in the description box below. When you do, I'll send you a free gift. Plus, you'll receive a newsletter in your inbox every single Thursday morning, including links to that week's blog and video, as well as a short note by me, a quote of the week, and some resources that I've recently loved and think you will too. Thank you so much for being here and for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Stay safe, stay calm, and keep writing because the world actually does need more books.